Hey everyone, let's jump right in today. We are breaking down a genuinely fascinating relationship article originally published in Prathamalo, which is one of Bangladesh's leading dailies. We're going to explore their whole analysis on how you can truly know if someone is deeply in love with you. So, forget the fairy tales for just a minute, because today's explainer is all about grounding romance in reality. We've distilled their insights into 6 undeniable signs of true love. And trust me, the reader's comment section we'll look at towards the end, you literally do not want to miss it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Society and movies kind of condition us to look for love in what we'll call the myth. Things like expensive gifts, grand formalities, or those huge dramatic declarations of love. But the Protham Ala article argues that this is fundamentally flawed. True love, as it turns out, is actually found in the reality. We're talking small actions, regular care, and just daily consistent attention. To really know if someone has fallen for you, you've got to look way past what they say and pay close attention to the subtleties of what they do every single day.
So that brings us to our first core section, time and emotional availability. This is really the foundation of connection.
We've combined the first and sixth signs from the article right here, mainly because they both revolve around a person's absolute most valuable resource, and that's their time. First, they actually make time for you despite an incredibly busy schedule, and second, they're eager to talk and share with you at the very end of a long, tiring day. Look, whether they are completely swamped at work or just exhausted right before bed, carving out those moments for you proves that you are their ultimate priority. It's about genuinely wanting to know how your day went and sharing theirs, no matter how physically drained they might be.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the article explicitly introduces a very modern dating concept, being emotionally available. This means consistently prioritizing a partner's mental needs and being genuinely, completely present for them. Because let's face it, physical presence means absolutely nothing if they aren't emotionally supporting you. The article actually lists this as sign number 2, emphasizing that true love carries immense responsibility. Stepping up to that responsibility emotionally, that's a major benchmark of real affection.
Moving on to the next set of signs, support and shared dreams. Basically, growing together. Combining signs 3 and 4, we see that a true partner doesn't just, talk about themselves all the time. They show sincere interest in your life, your goals, and your dreams. They actively want to see you bloom. And just as importantly, they step in to make your daily life and your chores easier. It could be something as simple as helping out around the house, or just being there to take the wheel when things get heavy. They actively try to lighten your daily load. The article perfectly labels this supportive behavior using another really popular term, a green flag. A green flag is basically a positive indicator in dating, someone who inspires you to express yourself beautifully and actually empowers you to pursue your goals. If your partner is actively fostering an environment where you feel motivated to grow, well, the article firmly categorizes them as a walking, talking green flag.
Let's move to and see how this builds into our next core theme, the power of consistency, the ultimate test of love. Let's build a little contrast here by looking at the stark opposite of consistency, mixed behavior. Picture this, they're super good today, totally distant tomorrow, and just completely hesitant the next. If someone is blowing hot and cold, giving you intense, crazy attention one minute, and then just freezing you out the next, that lack of stability is a massive warning sign.
So the crucial point is the red flag. The source explicitly defines this unpredictable hot and cold routine as a hidden red flag. Sign number 5 in the article lays it out clearly. Regular, unchanging care is the biggest proof of true love. A person who truly loves you is going to consistently pay attention to the little things. It's that steady, reliable rhythm of care without all those dramatic mood swings that separates a fleeting romance from a deeply rooted, lasting connection.
All right, now for my favorite part, the reader's verdict. Let's check out some real-world reactions to these 6 signs. This first comment from a reader named Syed is just incredibly wholesome. He writes, "All the signs match perfectly. She is deeply in love with me. I am talking about my wife." I mean, how sweet is that? It is genuinely heartwarming to see these 6 signs validating a real-world, successful marriage right there in the comments.
And the romantic mood just keeps going with this comment from Ashfaq. He says, "All 6 things match with my wife. I feel very lucky to have such a person. Thank you for the article." It really goes to show how these everyday acts of love are resonating beautifully with married couples who are actually living out these realities daily.
And this brilliantly illustrates the total stark contrast in human perspectives on romance. Because right below those super sweet comments, we have Mustafazur Rahman. He writes, "Rubbish. After marriage, all these becomes extinct. Then starts affair, fight, divorce, court hearings, and settlement of demahor." Wow, okay. That is a highly cynical, honestly hilarious reality check from someone who clearly views those 6 signs as nothing more than a pre-marriage illusion. It's so fascinating how the exact same article can evoke feelings of deep gratitude in some people and utter, complete skepticism in others.
But wait, there is an ultimate punchline to this comment section. Do you remember Syed, the guy from literally 2 minutes ago who so sweetly praised his wife? Well, he actually replied directly to Mustafizur's highly cynical comment about divorce and court hearings with just 2 words. So true. I mean, what a plot twist. It leaves you wondering, was Syed just having a fleeting moment of romance before suddenly remembering the daily grind, or is he just fully leaning into the dark humor of marriage? Which brings us to a final, pretty thought-provoking question to leave you with. Do grand expectations kill the romance, or is true love simply found in everyday consistency? The 6 signs we explored today suggest that real devotion isn't about those perfect cinematic moments. It's about who actually shows up for you on a random Tuesday when you're just tired and overwhelmed. Keep these signs, and of course those hilarious reader reality checks in mind as you navigate your own relationships. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope it leaves you with a fresh perspective on what it truly means to be loved.